I'd also like to play with this animation stuff. Maybe just instead of jumping into this like kind of tough octagon version of that proof without words, maybe do more of a classic one that will be maybe a little bit easier to animate because the point plotting will be a little bit easier on there. So maybe I'll do that for now. But I would like to do a little bit of math game stuff as well. All right, let's see if I can get GeoGebra working out nicely. If it updated on me and gave me this different version, I'm going to be upset. All right, this looks fine. So I don't know what was going on in the earlier version that I had. All right, so I think maybe I'll sketch out what I'm going to do first. There. I also want to do... I got to fix something real quick. There we go. All right, so I think what I'm going to do... Let me grab my little drawing pad. I'm going to do a classic proof that we have here. This is... we have some sort of a box. And what we're going to do is divide it into 4 parts. Well, we'll just divide it in half, actually. How about that? Divide it in half, and we'll color in half. And then we'll divide the remaining part in half. And we'll color in half. And then we'll divide the remaining part in half. And we'll color in half. And then we'll divide the remaining part in half. And we'll color in half. And we'll just keep iterating this over and over and over again. What colors am I on now? Maybe I'll do like a dark green. Oh no, where's my dark green? Dark green's hard to do. We're not going to do dark green. I can't see it on the dark background. We'll color in the remaining half. And the remaining half again. And the remaining half. Etc., etc., etc. And you can kind of hopefully see where this is going. By doing this, we're going to color in the whole square if we kept doing this forever and ever and ever. Right? Hopefully you can see that if we keep coloring half of the square and then half of the thing that's left and then half of the thing that's left and then half of the thing that's left, that's just going to give us the whole square. So what is that? Well, what we're saying is that half plus a half of a half plus a half of that plus a half of that, etc., is going to equal the whole thing. 1. So that's something that's kind of cool. So I think I'd like to do that. What I'm going to have to figure out is how to do that nicely. I think I should just be able to kind of color block each part, right? That should be fine. I'll maybe just pick 2 or 3 colors, you know, that I alternate through and in between. And then we'll kind of go from there and see what happens. So the way that we'll do that is we're going to build this finished picture first. And then we're going to build a kind of like time slider here. Some number that's going to increment from, 0 up to whatever. And we're just going to change when these boxes show up based on that time. So that's our overall goal. Just to make this easy, I'm going to make my square here at... So how do I want to do this? Do I want to just do some segments? At 0, 0... No, I think I want to do an actual like polygon, right? So I'm going to do a polygon here. I'm going to list my points. 0, 0, 0, 1. And you can see it's starting to draw it in already. 1, 1. And then 1, 0. So this is going to be my first square. And I'm trying to think. I don't think I need any points on here. My last one I had points because I had pieces that moved. And so I wanted to have some specific points that I could change the definition of as time moved forward, so I could slide things around. So there's my first square. And then what I'm going to do is have, I think I'll, how do I want them to do this? What I'd like to do is just make this white with black outlines. So I'll make it black with totally see-through. And I'm going to hide the labels on here so it's not super annoying. All right, what's going on? There we go. And I can also get rid of these axes. All right, so this is my starting box, right? Then what I'm going to do is draw another polygon. But now it's going to be at half comma 0. No, I'll start with 0, 0 again. 0, 0. It's going to go up to 0, 1 still. And then it's going to go to half 1. And then it's going to go to half 0. Oops. I need a comma in between here. There we go. So this is going to be my first one to shade in. Maybe I'll leave all the labels on here so I can just worry about drawing these things. My next one to shade in is going to be half of this. I'm going to put my axes back on just so that I can see easily, but it should be fine. Everything's just half of itself. Gath, cool to watch. It's a little tedious. It'll be cool once I get all of the pieces in that I want, because then what I can do is actually start worrying about when they're going to display. This one's going to be a real boring animation because it's not actually going to move much. It's just going to have pieces pop in. But they should be good to have like different colors and stuff. Okay, so my next one, I want this upper square. So we're going to start here at half half. So this is a polygon. Half half. My next point is going to be half 1. And then my next point is going to be 1, 1. And then my next point is going to be 1 comma half. Cool. I'm going to hide all those segments. I don't need those. Elias, do I have any idea of how many schools teach multivariable calc in high school? Is it common or rather rare? From what I can tell, and I only know from my area, I don't think it's common at all, Elias. I have seen not a lot. I have seen dual enrollment students. So for us, I'm at a community college. We have kind of working guidelines. Tyrion, welcome on in. Uses Microsoft Excel as a database. Love it. We have some kind of agreements with some of the high schools around us for some dual credit options. And so I think we get some Calc 3 high school students every now and then where they'll take the AP Calc BC, I think it is, exam, which basically tests them out of Calc 2. And then we'll let them enroll in our Calc 3. It's a credit that doesn't come from the high school, so it's not going to show up on their high school transcript as far as I know. It shows up on a college transcript. It's just straight college credit. But we don't even have a lot of those as far as I can tell. Most of the dual enrollment stuff that we get is more like, I think we get some linear algebra and sometimes some discrete students. So, which is what I would prefer. I would prefer to have students, if they're tapping out of some of the calculus stuff, instead of going further in calculus, see some other things in math, you know? I don't think multivariable calculus is a common thing if it's offered at all in high school. Although, apparently there's rumblings to have AP multivariable calculus, so I don't know much about this kind of stuff, though. Tyrion, how you doing? I'm finally getting around to animating some of these neat little proofs of geometric series that you've been asking about, so congratulations on that. All right, now I'm going to do another polygon. I'm going to do the top half of this empty space here. So that point is going to start up here at 0.25, right, for the height. Going to go up here and over. So I'm at, oops, I need polygon. There. Half, comma, a quarter. Then I want half comma half. And then I want to go all the way over to 1 comma half, and then down to 1 comma a quarter. There. Yeah, I think they already do, Elias. You know, even students that are taking my calculus classes in college, they'll ask me, like, how many semesters of calculus did you take? I'm like, I don't know. Like, if you count the analysis classes, then like a bunch. And differential equations is on that umbrella too. So like, yeah, I've taken a bunch, but like, there's other classes, you know? I tell them a little bit about what abstract algebra looks like, and they just are like, that's not even a thing that they would assume exists, you know? Which is just wild to me. But I think it does perpetuate this bad, I don't know how to say it. It's definitely a misconception that calculus is the kind of golden ticket that we all need. It's like, I don't think that's true, you know? So I've got half. Oh, I know. I want to start at half 0 again. And then I'll go up to half comma a quarter. And then I'll go over to 3/4 a quarter. And then I'll go down to 3/4 0. Oops, I can't type. There we go. So that's another half. Then I'll get a little rectangle in here. So where do I want to start here? At an 1/8. And I want to go up, so I'm at, oh no, this is at 3/4 first. And then the y value is an 1/8. And then I want 3/4 and the y value of a quarter. And then I want 1 comma a quarter. And then I want 1 comma an 1/8. Look at this. So how many boxes do we have so far? We have several. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'd like to do at least 2 more, I think. I can probably do more than that. All right, so now I'm at, oops. I got to do that left side of the stuff that's left over. So this is 3/4 0. And then I want 3/4 an 1/8. And then I want, what's that, 7/8 an 1/8. And then I want 7/8 comma 0. All right, we'll do a couple more. All right, so we'll do 7/8 comma 0 up to, oh wait, are we doing left? I forget how we do this. What have I been doing? I messed it up. See how I messed it up, chat? Here, I did the full left side, and then I cut it in half, and then I cut it in half again this way. Yeah, I got to be a little bit more systematic about this. No, maybe I'm right. No, I think I'm right. I'm right. No. This one here. I'm still wrong. That needs to be a half. All right, so these are wrong. These ones are okay. But I want this to go all the way to the left. Actually, no, those are still wrong. All right, I did it all wrong. So it's got to go tall things on the left here. All right, so let me do these again. Polygon. My first point then is going to be half 0 Then I'm going to go up to half half. And then I'm going to go to 3/4 half. And then I'm going to go down to 3/4 0. Right? Because I want to make this kind of consistent where I have just tall rectangles and squares in here, not short, wide rectangles. It probably doesn't matter, but I'd like it to look a little cleaner. All right, so now I need this top square again. So this is going to be at 3/4 1/4. And then it's going to be at 3/4 1/2. And then it's going to be at 1 comma half. And then it's going to be at 1 comma 1/4. There we go. And now I need to do a tall one in here. So I need another polygon. And that's going to be at 3/4 0. Oops. There, I had some mismatched parentheses. And then what do I need? 3/4 1/4. Then I need to go over another half. So this is going to go to 7/8 1/4. And then 7/8 0. Now I need to start, and I'm doing the top half, right? Yeah. So that's 7/8. What is that, an eighth? I don't even remember what I'm on anymore. 7/8 to 1/4. Yeah, that looks good. And then I need 1 1/4 and 1 comma an eighth. All right, now I can do the left rectangle. So I'm still at 7/8 an eighth. No, this is a 16th now, right? Is that where I'm at? And then 7/8 an eighth. And then 1 an eighth. And then 1/16. And now we'll do the little square in here. So that's 7/8 0. Oops, I need to make this a point. 7/8 0 up to 7/8 an eighth. And then we'll go over to 7/8, or no, 15/16 an eighth. Oh, wrong one. All right, so this has got to go up to a 16th. I forgot to cut the height in half. There we go. Cool. And then we'll go down to 15/16 0. Not small enough yet. So we'll do a 32nd and a 64th. Or not a 32nd and a 64th. We'll do this top rectangle and then the small square. And we'll see how that goes. All right, so this was... What point was I on, chat? I should have this. I don't like decimals because I can never remember what that one is. Oh, here we go. Nice. It's got it highlighted there for me. So that was 15/16 is what I was on. And that's going to go up to 15/16 comma 31 30 seconds. No, 1 32nd. So that right? No, I got to go all the way up. So I got to go up to a 16th. And then I can go over to halfway. So the X value is going to go over to 31/32. And I'll still be at a 16th for my height. And then I'm going to go down to a Y value of 0. Cool. And then I'll do that top one again. Did I mess something up here again? Oh, look, I did. Look at that. All right, so for this one, I want to change these 2 points in the middle. It's not going to go up to a 16th. It's going to go up to an 8th. And then that's going to go over to an 8th. There we go. Okay, good. All right, and now I need to do this top square now. This is probably very riveting to watch. It's like a pro streamer move to just draw squares and rectangles on stream for the one person that's here, you know? Awesome stuff. If you are a student that's wandered into this and you're like, what the hell is my prof doing? I'm just waiting. So drop your questions in here. Let me know if you've got anything to talk about. And in the meantime, we'll build this little animation in a second. Totally game for squares and rectangles. Well, once I finish this one, I can add more later, but I'll zoom out and I'll add in the slider and start changing some colors and stuff and make it look a little bit cool. Okay, so what was I even on now? This one went... Okay, so I got to start up at 15/16, 1/16. Then I got to go up to an 8th. So 15/16 up to an 8th. Then I got to go over to a Y value of 1. And then I got to go back down to a Y value of 16, or an X value of 1 I said earlier. I meant earlier, but here we go. Oh, not a 6th, a 16th. There. All right, let me zoom out. Let me start coloring these and changing when they're visible. All right, so we'll get rid of our... Oops, wrong thing. Show that. There we go. Get rid of our axes. Get rid of our grid. None of this nonsense. Let's get rid of our labels. And let's even get rid of the lines themselves, maybe. No, I want to keep these ones. But we will get rid of the labels. All right. That one is good. Okay, now what I want to do is put a little slider in here. So I don't care what I call this thing. Maybe I'll just call it like step. I'm going to start it at 0 and have it march forward. For now, I'll just put up to 20. I want it to march forward kind of smooth. So now I've got this nice little slider that's going to take on a value. The nice thing about this, though, is that I can make the visibility, of things conditional on a value. So over here, if I go into advanced, this is my quadrilateral 2. I'm going to say, hey, only show this object when step is greater than 1. And so now you can see it's gone. It disappeared. But if I change this up to bigger than 1, it pops in there, right? It's kind of nice. All right, so we're going to do that with all of these. So now I'm going to say, hey, make this when step is greater than 2. When step is greater than 3. When our step is greater than 4. So we're just going to be marching forward through all these things. When our step is greater than 5. Oops, I've got a bracket on here. And I think I've got to go back, actually, because I think I didn't save one of those. Oh, no, it did. Step greater than... What was I on? Oh, I think it's 1 less than the number. Oh, boy. There we go. Step greater than 8. Cool. Now I can start changing some colors. What colors do we want to use? I think what I'd like to do is change the background color. How do I do this again? There's a way of changing all the colors for everything to be really nice. And I don't remember where that is. I'll find that later. But essentially, I'm going to do a dark background on this one. So I'll probably change the color here later to be like a light thing. But I would like to use maybe pastel colors for these. So let me bring this back up. And quadrilateral 2. Let's do like a green. Oh, I think I can put in custom ones, right? All right, so I'm going to pull up. Here's a color palette of things that I've used before. So I'm just going to grab this so I can add in some nice colors. Okay, so I got to use RGB values. Okay, so let me find those. I'm going to use the green from my stream. That's an RGB of 67, 103, 113. And we'll make that. Oh, that's not right. Oh, it's because I was on the wrong thing. All right, let's do. It's 112, 163. Come on now. 146. There. That looks like the green that I use, right? All right, we'll do that. And maybe we'll do a nice red for my other one, for my other color. So I'm going to change, I'm going to add another nice one in, and we'll do 215, 120, 125. There's a nice red that will go nicely. And then what else should we do? I thought I had a good yellow that went with these pretty well. I think 3 colors would be good. Although I guess I only need 2. Make that one red. Make this one green. Make that one red. Make this one green. Make that one red. Make this one green. Make that one red. All right, so let's see what this looks like now. Oh, I mixed up some colors here, you can see. I think I still would like 3 colors, just so that we can see the actual pieces when we're coloring them in, right? Oh, I see what I messed up. The order of when they show. Oh, I think it's because I deleted some. So let me rename this. I'll call this like Q10 for now. Or I'll just call it Q18. There we go. Then this is actually Q8. And this one is Q9. And then I think I got to change when they show up. So this is actually going to be 8. And this is going to be 7. And I got to change the colors now. But I'm going to change them anyways because I don't like that it's every other. But this is what it looks like now. So if we did that, it would just keep kind of like shrinking in here. I want to use a 3rd color though, so I don't have a color next to itself, right? Because then if this is a 3rd color, then this one here becomes the green. So let's find a good yellow that would go with this. So let's see. Maybe I'll do like a little color picker. I want like a burnt gold. Let's see how that looks. How do I do this again? I think there. All right, cool. No, wait. I never remember how to pick an actual color here. There we go. All right, so let me pull up GeoGebra again, and let's change some of these colors. So this one's going to change. And we'll put our third color in. We'll see what it looks like. Hopefully it's not bad. It's going to be 227, 214, 100. That look okay? I think so. All right, now we'll just go through these and say this one is green, then red, then gold, then green, then red, and then we'll put another gold in at least just so we have a nice... Yeah, that's kind of nice. For all of these, I got to change the line thickness on them. The opacity down to 0. Opacity? How do you say that? Or would it be better to have these outlined? What do you think, y'all? Should I outline these rectangles as I'm drawing them in black just to make them stand out a little bit? Maybe I should. All right, now I got to remember how to do this. I think I got to pull up segments now for this. All right, so I think for all of these segments, I might be able to change the colors of these things only to black. Give them a little thickness, make them show up, and show them. But I think I'm going to have to change the visibility of these now as well, right? So that's going to add a little complication, but I think that's going to be better having them outlined. Ah, what did I just do? I don't know what I just did. What is this? Oh, no. Oh, no. Maybe if I... Okay, it doesn't matter if I delete this thing? It can't be right. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I see what it was. That was the square. All right, so I need a square in here still. Can I go back and get that back? Where are you at? Square? No? Okay, I guess I'll add that in now. I'll just have to make sure it's transparent. So this is at 0, 0, up to 0, 1, over to 1, 1, and then down to 1, 0. Forgot to put a comma in between these points. There. All right, that's this thing. Let's make it transparent, black, and don't show the labels on anything. All right, cool, we're back. All right, so now what I'd like to do is to keep adding a couple more of these. I at least should do one more. So I have green, red, gold, green, red, gold, green, red, gold, but I think I'll do like several more. Okay, so for this one now, I'm going to do a tall, skinny one. I don't need the grid. I just need the axes, really. But even that I don't actually need because I have points here. All right, so I'm on the 16th. So I need to go from 15/16, comma 0, up all the way to 15/16, 1/16. And then I need to go just halfway over. So that means I'm going to go over to 31/32, comma 1/16. And then I'm going to go down to 31/32, down to 0. Cool. So that one's going to be gold. And I think I'll do 3 more. Yeah, that should be good. All right, so this one is going to be up here on the top, right? So that's going to be over at 31 30 seconds and a 30-second. Then I'll be at 31 30 seconds, comma 1/16. Then I'll be at 1, comma 1/16. And then I'll be at 1, comma a 30-second. All right, then we'll do 31, oops, there we go, 31 30 seconds, comma 0. And we'll go all the way up to 31 30 seconds, comma a 30-second. And then we'll go all the way, not all the way over, no, we're going to go halfway over, so that's 63 64ths. But I'm going to keep the height. And now I'll be at 63 64ths 0. All right, and I was going to do one more for now. Let me just to remind everybody, these are office hours if anyone is here with some questions about calculus, but we are going to see a basic geometric series converge to 1. So that'll be kind of nice. So what am I at now? I got to do this top one. My y value here was a 30 seconds, so I got to go from 63 64ths 0 up to 63, nope, not 0. 1/64. There we go. Up to 63 64ths 1/32. And then I'll go over to 1. I love when you see that little triangle come in here. Hey, how's it going, Rebubbled? Welcome on in. I am right now just building a little visual proof that half plus a quarter plus an eighth, etc., 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 actually equals 1. So that's what I'm doing right now. So what am I at now? I need one more point, right? And this is 1, comma a 64th. All right, let's do that. Again, we're going to get all those labels out of here. We're also going to make all of these black. And oh, I should change the visibility of these things too. And give them all the same height. There, and we'll go there. Rebubbled, I think R is really easy to learn, but that's because that's what I learned, you know? When I was a college student, I took a couple semesters of C++ and was terrible at it because I was a terrible student. And then later on, when I wanted to learn some statistics at a higher level, I obviously learned some R to do that and thought that was a pretty good deal. I really like R. I'm comfy with it. And so that's what I recommend. But it's not a very good programming language for the sake of programming. You know what I mean? So just be careful with it. If you're looking to use it with some statistic-y type things, then it's a really good deal to do that. But if you're looking to do programming type things, probably isn't that smart to use R. Yeah, C++ is a hard one for me at least. I had a hard time with it, but again, I was a terrible student. I didn't do much work, and so it's hard to say that I had a hard time with it when, like, I really didn't put forth much effort. All right, I think I still need to then change these all to black again, because I think when I change the color of the polygon, it automatically changes the color of the edges, which is annoying. All right, so I got to change the visibility of these things. So what was that? This one here. the last one to go in. That's Q9. Let's take a look at when this shows up. This shows up at 8, so this will still up at 9. And that means this is at 10. And that means this one's at 11. And that means this one's at 12. Cool. But I still need to change the visibility of all the segments. I'm going to do that a little later. But for now, this is half plus a quarter plus an eighth plus a 16th plus a 32nd plus a 64th plus a 128th plus a 256th, etc., 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 etc. And we can see hopefully that that's going to fill into 1. Awesome. The reason you're going to learn R is because you're aiming to work with statistics in the future with a math degree. Then I would just go right into R. If you're looking to do statistics stuff, then R and Python are your two go-tos. You know, R is used a ton in statistics. Python is used in a lot of data science and industry, although R is still used in industry, but Python is kind of the industry leader in that. R is a much nicer language to learn statistical concepts in, so definitely start off with some R stuff. Yeah. Python you really enjoyed compared to C++? Yeah, I like Python. I don't do a lot of statistics-y, data science-y stuff in Python because I know R, so why would I do that? But it's been pretty fun to use for some of the other things that I've got. All right, I think this shows me what segments are on the quadrilateral. No, maybe not. All right, so what I'm going to do now is pull this up, and I think I just need to start hunting segments out, right? How does this work? They're in like no good order. All right, so I'll hunt these things out and see if I can. Does it not say what the segments are on them? It used to. Maybe that's if I define them differently. All right, so this is L. That's going to show up at the same time as Q2, so this is going to show up when step is greater than 1. And maybe what I'll do is bring this all the way down so I can see things disappear. Now, this looks like there's a segment here, but it's because it's the edges of these other boxes. So I think I actually do need them all filled in. These are going to be... You know what I should do? I got an idea. Here we go. All right, this is going to be annoying because it's going to be like completely opposite of what I was doing before, right? But I'm going to change all the colors to just terrible nonsense because it's going to change all the segments to those things, right? And so I should be able to find them pretty easily. So like, we'll call this one blue, right? We'll call this one red. We'll call this one yellow. We'll call this one green. We'll call this one orange. We'll call this one purple. We'll call this one a light blue, gray, dark green, pink, maybe. Did I do that? I want that to be pink. That one I maybe turned pink on accident. Orange, black, no, gray. All right. This should help me find the line, because now you can see here they're all color-coded, so I should be able to find them okay. All right, so let's do the blue ones first. That's going to be J, K, L, L, and M. You can see them highlighting over here, and I'm going to just change this so that they show up at the right time. Oops, not slide. What is this called? Step. Step greater than 1. All right, now the red ones. Oh, there's lots of things that are kind of red. Oh, I had a better idea, or a better thing that I could have done. Oh, well. We'll do the light green ones because they're easy to see. That's on Q5, so this is going to show up at step greater than 4. All right, what else can I see easily? I did the blue ones. These are harder to see than I thought. What about these like teal ones? That's Q8. So these things are all going to show up when step is greater than 7. I can also do it by the lengths on here too. This is on, oh shoot, was this Q3? I think it was. 1, 2, 3. I think this is supposed to be the yellow ones. Let me just double check. Yeah. So that's going to be step is greater than 2. So you can see some of them. Uh-oh. I didn't get the yellow one right. Oh, that's 4. That's why. All right, so that's the 0.25s and 0.5. There and there. And which one is this one again? Yellow is Q4. Oh, I can just match them up here. All the colors match there. Oh my goodness. All right, so this is when step is greater than 3. All right, so that's there. Green I got already, so I'm looking for this orange one. That looks like this color here. That's this one, and this one, and this one. And where's the other 0.25? That's kind of greenish. I'm losing it. Maybe I'll do the purples because that might be a little easier to see. That's a purple. That's a purple. No, that's not a purple, is it? Oh, that's this one. Oh, this is so hard. All right, so there. I think that's what I want. That's going to be when step is greater than 5. Cool, there, they're gone now. That's what I want. Now those purple ones, where'd those purple ones go? That's this one. And it's going to be like an 06, 0.06 or something like that. Oh no, this is a square. Oh, it's because maybe some of them share segments. Oh boy, this is going to be frustrating. Step greater than. Yeah, I know. 6. All right, just for fun. Let's see if this actually works so far. Yeah, see, I missed one. That's okay. Because when I miss them, I should be able to catch them later. That was with the purple one. So that, which one is that one here? this is going to show when slide is greater than 6. Nope, step. There. All right, and actually I should just do it this way. So what's this next one? No, it's still tricky. All right, let's do this. Let's change the color of it so I can see where those segments are. There they are. That's just maybe a way to do it when I can't find them. To just change the color of it then. And this one was 8, so I think this is... Yeah, okay, I've already got that in there. Okay. All right, so let's change the color of these. I gotta just keep this properties window up all the time. Okay, and now what I'll do is I'll change the color of this one to red so that the segments change color as well. And then I can find them easier. This is the way to do it. Okay, this is smarter. I finally have figured it out. Step greater than 8. Just hunting down all of these things is so annoying. And then I can change the color back to black. Cool. Then I'll change the color of this thing to red again. Or maybe I'll just do blue. And then I can see the 4 edges. This is 10, so it's going to be when it's greater than 9. Step greater than 9. Change the color of this thing to gray. No, let's do it to... Yeah, okay. There, I can see them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll make this one step is greater than 10. Make all these black again so that I don't lose any. Okay, I'm going to make this one red so I can see where those lines are very easily. You can see some of them highlighting already. All right, and what was I going to do with these now? I got to change when they show up. This is going to be 11. And I want to change the color back to black. Okay. This one, I'll change the color to blue. And I'll fix all the colors later. But now I can find the edges very easily. So that I can change when they show up. 12, I think, right? And this was the last one that I had. All right, so now I can fix all these colors. So I'll do my red. I'll do my, oh, that's green, sorry. And then I'll do red. And then I'll do yellow. And I understand that, yes, all of the lines are changing and stuff like that, but I'll fix that later. Oh, that took forever. There are certainly better ways of doing this. Probably. I don't know. I just don't know them. Because I'm still learning how to do all this stuff nicely. Cool. And then I'll make all my lines black. All right, here we go. All right, so we should have a nice little visual proof that if you keep adding half of the remaining space, you're going to count down to filling up the whole space. So now what maybe I'll do is just add in some notation that shows up as we do this, but maybe first what I should do is change my background colors, and I don't remember how to do that. Well, really what I should first do is save this. This is square adds to 1. Whew. All right, we're going. And then the nice thing here is that you can, let me fix this real quick. There. Cool, cool, cool. All right, I'll hide the little slider and you can animate it. And so it'll just count forward for me. Neat. And then I'll just do a quick little screen capture to save it as a video, because you can export to video in GeoGebra, but it takes so long. So I just do a little screen grab of it instead. And you can change the speed of this as well. And it'll go a little slower. What I should do, if I really want it to be fancy, what you can also do here is, so I have all these conditions to show things, right? So like here it shows this, whatever I clicked on, when our slider is greater than 1. But I can also change the opacity, so I can have it fade in nicely. So I could say like, all right, between like 1 and 1.5 on my slider, let's have the transparency, like make it fade in. So here, I'll show you how that would look, and then we can talk about how it would be so dope to do it for all of them, but hard. So what we're going to do is say if slide is less than, no, if slide is less than 2, no, 1.5, there we go. Then our opacity is going to be, I need to double this value because this is going to go from 0 to 1/2 only. So if it's between 1 and 1.5, I want it at 1 to have an opacity of 0 and at 1.5 to have an opacity of 1, a transparency essentially. So here I'll say slide times 2. No, slide minus 1. Let's do it like this way. So that's going to give us 0 and 1/2, but then I'll scale that to be 2. Oops. And what I actually want to do is switch it around and make it go 1 minus slide. That way when it's at 1, no, I think I'm wrong. No, I wanted slide minus 1. I was right. All right, here we go. And it's not slide, it's step. I used slide for my last one, and I keep wishing I had done it here. All right, let's see. So now, see how it's going to fade in? That would be nice, right? If I did that for all of them. Should I do that? Or is that going to be super annoying? I mean, it'll be a little annoying, but would that be nice to have it fade in like that? What do you think, Gath, and maybe one other person that's here? I don't know if it would be that annoying. It's going to be the same formula over and over again. I'm just going to be changing the values based on what this is. That fade in is pretty slick. All right. I'm going to do it. All right, so I should be able to just copy and paste this. Yeah, right. I think it's fine. She says as he goes and like just changes it all. All right, so for here, it should be the same thing, but I can change this to 2.5 and 2. Oh, I think I might have to do... No, that should be good. That should be good. This one will be the same thing, but it'll be 3.5 and 3. This one will be the same thing. You can also have it dynamically change the color as well, which is pretty slick. So we can have it like brighten and then shrink back again. But I don't know how to do that fully because I'd have to like really play with these RGB values to figure out a formula for it. This is going to be 5.5. This is actually easier than I thought, if it works. 6.5 and 6. Yeah, so the thing that's going on here is that before it's visible, it's fading in and out here. But we have the condition to show the visibility. What I would otherwise need to do is also have something like if, you know, step is less than 7, you know, do something. I had to do that in my last one, and it worked out pretty well, but it took a little bit to figure out. So this one I'm okay. And we'll see if the fade is too quick or too slow or whatever, because that shouldn't be too hard to change. And if we don't like it, we can always go back, right? It's not hard. We just delete all this stuff. All right, let's see. Is this going to make this significantly better? That is pretty cool. I do like that a lot. All right, I'm good. I'm happy I did that. Because that was actually really easy. And I do think it looks pretty dope. Yeah, and it would be even better if I changed this. Here, now it should be even cleaner now. Yeah, that's even smoother now. Maybe what I'll do is I'll give it a little bit of a beat in between. Because right now, in half the time, like there's a time window where it's just the one bar and I haven't drawn the next thing, right? And it fades in for half of that time. Actually, I kind of like this rhythmatic. Never mind, we're good. I'm not going to do anything here. All right, so maybe now what I'd like to do is fix the color of the background, like I've been saying I wanted to. And I forget how to do this, but I want to... It's not there. There's a nice way where it goes. Is it in like a preferences somewhere maybe? Some advanced settings. Okay, that's what I was just looking at. Here we go, I think. Background color. All right, we're going to make our background color nice and dark. Got it. So this is going to be 47. I think this is what I want. 52. 63. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. All right, and now what we'll do is we'll change all these to a nice light color. I'll make it 231, 232, 235. And we're not even going to have this on there, so you won't even really be able to see it. And so this is what it's going to look like. That's pretty good. Although, what do we think about the edge color? Is it too light? Maybe I'll come back to that in a bit. Or maybe what I need to... No, I like the bright pastel colors here. I think I want to fix my edge color because I don't... although I do like it. I don't know. I go back and forth. I like the look of this nice kind of off-white on this dark bit because it looks like chalk on a blackboard to me. So I use that color scheme a lot. I mean, you can see I use it a little bit here in my stream even, right? Like there's the green. All around me is that dark color. That stuff way up there is actually white, and this is technically an off-white that I like to use in other spots, but... All right, now what we want to do is add in some text that's going to show up as the pieces show up. So this is going to be half. And it's all dark now. I'll fix all that later. Then we're going to have plus a quarter. And then we're going to do plus an eighth. I'll have to keep track of how many I have. Okay, half, quarter, eighth, 16th, 32nd, 64th. Oh, I've got a lot of them. All right, so I can just start going and not worry about it yet. Plus a 16th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Plus a 32nd. Plus a 64th, plus 128th. Oops. There we go. And 256 is my next one. So I'm just adding these as separate little text boxes because I'm going to do the same sort of thing with the visibility on here. I'm just going to make them be visible at the same kind of numbers for that step slider as all the boxes that they correspond with are. So as the boxes show up and fade in, the numbers on the bottom are going to show up. I'll put them in this nice off-white chalky color as well. I'll make it a little bit bigger, and that way as we kind of put in the pictures, the sum is going to keep going, and we'll build that series, and then I'll throw the old dot dot dots on there, and we should see that it'll equal 1. All right, how many of these did I have? 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need 3 more. Oops, I forgot to do plus on that. Oops, text. Plus 1 over 512, that's 1024. I need a couple more. That's 2048. Or, now that I'm thinking of this, or should I just do powers of half? Probably I should have just done powers of half. I'm going to change that. Nah, I'll do this for now, and then I'll see if I want to fix it later. This is going to be 4096. Is that right? Is that a power of 2? I don't know. Probably. We'll see later on. All right, I'm losing track of these, so what I'm going to do is just go down. Let me collapse all these segments and stuff so I don't see them. Grab all these texts first, and let's make them bigger and a different color. So there's our nice color on them. And I'll make these at least maybe large. We'll see if we can fit them all in here if we do it as large. Might be kind of tricky, but we'll see. Half. So I'm going to have to like line these all up individually. Oops, it's a little low. Plus a quarter. I'll just do it kind of haphazard for now. I'll see if I can fix it later, if I need to. Come on, move down. There. Plus an eighth. Plus a 16th. Plus a 32nd. Plus a 64th. 128. 256. 512. 1024. Yeah, here we go. All right, cool. Now, I should be able to just show these at the same time as the things that they go with. So this is when step is greater than 1. Let me collapse all this stuff so I can just grab these. This is when step is greater than 2, and I'm going to copy paste this part, so I just have to type in the numbers. I'm going to get smart. Step is greater than 3. Step is greater than 4. This will be the 5th one that we show, and the 6th one that we show, and the 7th one that we show. And you can kind of see underneath here they keep disappearing as I'm doing this. All right, here we go. So it'll just count along on the bottom. And then I think I would like... Uh-oh, I can't do that. All right, here's my issue. I want to have a little ... equals 1, but these are all a little too big for that. So what I think I'm going to have to do is realign them, because I'm going to move them around a bit and make them a bit smaller. So I'll have to move them, crunch them back together a bit. This isn't going to impact when they show up or anything like that. And I know this is obviously going to be not like off center. So I'll have to grab all these and move them later. But for now, this should work out pretty well. And then I'll just do a little screen record and we'll have it. All right, so I want to do another text. This is going to be plus ... plus 1/2 to the n. Just so we can still see what's going on here. It's going to make it look ugly. That's okay. And we'll do one more that says equals 1. All right, so now I'll grab these two. I'll change when they show up. But first, I want to change their color to make it that nice off-white. Make them the same size as the other stuff. And now I'll just put them in line. All right, that's pretty good so far. All right, so what was this? This was step greater than 12. So I'm going to do step greater than 14. I know I skipped one, but that's because I wanted pause for dramatic effect. And we'll see if that looks okay when we pause for dramatic effect. All right, then what I should do is have these fade in. Absolutely, I should have those last couple fade in at least. It's fine if the first ones don't, because there's already some stuff moving here. Wait a second, did something weird happen there? No, okay, never mind. My eyes played a trick on me. All right, so let me grab my fade in properties from here. And let me go down to these last couple. That was this one. Oh, I can't fade these in? Really? Really? Oh, that's annoying. I can't change the opacity of these. That's okay, I guess. I mean, if I wanted to, I guess I could make these pictures, but that's going to take a lot of extra time and effort, when in reality, I can just do this. Let me check if I like that it takes so long to show those. I think I might change it so that there's not that pause right around up here. I think I should just do it there and then show it. All right. Yeah. So I'm not going to leave it where there's like the two-step pause in between there. So this one, I'm going to go back to 13. And this one I can do 14. And there'll be a nice pause after it. What's my pause like at the beginning? I guess I get to say whatever I want for that, right? Because what I'm going to do is hide this over here and screen record that. And then I'll just animate it this way, and I can tell it when to start. That's going to be pretty good, I think. All right, chat. You ready to do it? And that's going to be right around the end of my office hours, so that's pretty good. This office hour, I think, was relatively productive. All right, let's turn the animation off. Bring it all the way back to the beginning. This is called Peak. This is a cute little thing that I've got where you just highlight over a portion of the screen you want to record, and you can record it as a GIF. So I got to change my width here. Or an MP4 or WebM or whatever. So I'm going to do an MP4 because those are the smoothest ones that it's got. And this should be pretty good. Should I put a title on this? Should I put like a little title above it? Hey, how's it going, Raga? You're new here? Unfortunately for you, we're just finishing up, but I'll show you what I've done so far. This is what I've done during my office hours. So, right now I'm teaching a summer course, Calc 2, and like none of my students show up to these office hours, which is totally fine. I just do other stuff. So we're starting to talk about infinite series and stuff like that. So I built this, and I'm just about to record it for them. And I'm wondering, you can answer this too, as well as other people. Should I put a little title on this? Oh, smart, Gath. I don't do any branding shit. I should do that. Yeah, I'll put my Twitter handle because I'm going to post this on Twitter. And maybe I'll just have a little title above here that says like proof of the geometric series blank. All right, so let me get rid of this peak thing for now. I'll go here. I'll put a title. Proof of the convergence. No, I'll just say what do I want to call this thing? I know I'm going to have this. Here, no. I should do N, because that's what I used later. There. Maybe I'll just make that the title. I'll make it my nice white, and I can make it big probably. Oh, I can't make it very large. Can I make it large? Sure. Maybe I'll just say proof that. Come on now. So we approximate this and say that it's 1, but it's a rational number. Oh, an irrational, sorry, like pi. So no, this number here is 1. And the main key here is at the end, the dot dot dots. So there's a limit happening here as n goes to infinity, right? All the partial sums are rationals because it's just sums of fractions here. So sums of rationals are also rationals. But the infinite sum, right? If we kept doing this, the limiting behavior essentially is 1. And that's what we're trying to show, that as we keep doing this, we're going to fill this square up. All right, that's not really centered. Give myself a bit more room. And then I'll put real small here at Math Prof Peter. And I'll make that in LaTeX too, because it'll look nicer. And I'll change it to white. Or should I just put it down here in the square? Should I put it in the square? Or do I put it like up here? Now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, I feel like I should do like 2 more in here. No, that's good. It's going to be small enough. All right, let me see how it looks. All right, we got to do up to there. I got to resize this. Yeah, this is a really cute little like GIF maker or video maker screen recorder because it's just going to count me in. And then I can just animate this. How's the speed on the animation? Pretty good. Yeah, I like that. All right, and then I'm actually going to change the animation. I forgot. I want to make it increasing once. There we go. That's what I want. That way it's going to stop at the end of it. All right, so here's how it looks. Beautiful. And then I'll stop it there. I always like to make sure that it has a nice amount of time here. And I'll just call this my square geometric. Cool. And there it is. Saved. Let me find it now.